Firstly, congratulations on becoming Chartered Legal Executives and Graduates today. It's a huge achievement both for you and your families. I know from experience that such success has as much to do with families as with you as individuals. So I'm pleased that particularly Millie mentioned the contribution families made to each of you and your success here today. I know from my personal experience that my parents suffered my agony when confronted by my setbacks in my career, and there's been many, as well as sharing the exhilaration of my successes. So thank you very much indeed for friends and family for being here. Now, when I was asked to come and give a speech at this event, I jumped at the chance. And the reason for that is that the Chartered Institute of Legal Executives is an organization that is close to my heart. And it's for one very simple reason. It provides a route into the legal profession and increasingly the judiciary to people from non-traditional backgrounds. And I'll return to the judicial discussion in due course. Why is that important to me? Well, I'll tell you something about myself, and I'm sorry if it's personal. I'm the son of Sikh peasant farmers from Punjab in India. I was unable to speak, write, or read English until the age of 6. So when I started school, I had that disadvantage from day one. My father was a forklift truck driver. My mother was a sewing machinist. I went to a state school where the definition of success was not having received a criminal conviction by the age of 14. Not only was I the first member of my family to attend university, but I was the first member of my family to attend college. I began my career in a small set in a small city called Stoke-on-Trent. At that stage, I undertook low-paid, public-funded work, and my wife, who's here today, was with me during that journey. I ended up in the largest set of chambers in the country doing insurance litigation work, and I was quite impressed when I discovered one of the council members is now working for a firm that used to instruct me. I was appointed a district judge in 2014, so nearly 4 years ago, and then a circuit judge 11 months ago in November of 2016. However, I don't feel, even now, I'm still the polished product. So even though I'm from a non-traditional background, there's still that element, perhaps, of catch-up for me to do. And an example is recently, another judge told me he had lambasted a lawyer who had drawn up an order. And I asked him why, and he replied, the lawyer had committed the cardinal sin of ending a sentence with a preposition. And I asked the obvious question many state-educated people from non-traditional backgrounds, such as myself, would ask, what is a preposition? Now, what are the challenges of entering an establishment profession from a non-traditional background? Well, let me give you an example. During pupillage interviews, I would be asked the question, have you ever been subjected to racial discrimination? Well, there's a sting in the answer. If I'd said no, then it would have been me denying my racial heritage. If I'd said yes, I would have been considered as a troublemaker. So what do I say? I therefore developed a stock answer. I said, well, actually, yes, I have indeed very recently been the subject of racial discrimination. And that's when I was asked a question about my race that no white person would have been asked. Now, how does one overcome adversity? Well, the simple way and the most effective way is by constructing a mindset that you are as good as, if not better, than those entering from a traditional privileged background. And again, let me give you an example. When I went for my circuit judge interview last year, I walked from Blackfriars Station in London to the JAC, the Judicial Appointments Commission offices in Petty, France. When I left the station, I thought to myself, am I good enough for this job, considering my background? Because I'm competing against Oxbridge, Russell Group, candidates, people who have been in big city firms, been very established chambers for many, many years from the word go. I began my walk, and the walk took 20 minutes. Do you know what happened by the time I got to Petty, France, where the interview was due to take place? My mindset was that they will be lucky if they offer me the job if I accept. But that's enough about me. How about you guys who are here today, the people that really matter? What does it mean to be a chartered legal executive nowadays? It's every bit as good as being a solicitor or barrister. It's no longer the poor relation of the two more established, and I put the word established in quotation marks, legal professions. Therefore, let me give you an example of what you can do. Firstly, as newly qualified fellows, you can look forward to careers as independent practitioners, advocates, partners, coroners, judges, or indeed running your own firms. As CILEx members, you can work in all areas of law, including conveyancing, litigation, and that includes the whole spread, civil, criminal, and family, private client, wills, probate, tax, and for local authorities and national government and the like. And finally, of course, to cream it all, in 2012, CILEx received a royal charter from Her Majesty the Queen. And what about the future of the chartered legal executive profession in terms of judicial careers, which of course is something close to my heart? At the moment, all posts at district judge level are open to fellows of the Institute. From there, one can apply to circuit judge level, High Court level, and beyond. Therefore, the opportunities for you are limitless from today onwards. I myself am a CILEx Judicial Development Program mentor. So I have in my charge 2 women who are interested in becoming judges, and therefore I know firsthand how great the quality is amongst you. But there's an added benefit if we encourage more of you to apply to become judges, because more recruitment from the chartered legal executives to the bench has the benefit of improving judicial diversity. And let me give you some figures. 74% of CILEx members are women, and I can see from the demographic here that's going to continue, if not improve. 33% of new students are from a black and minority ethnic background. Now, this contrasts with district judges, which is the entry level, where only 36% of office holders are women. They seem to have forgotten 50% of the population are female. And where only 7% of new entrants are from a BAMI background. The circuit bench, my level, is even worse. Only 28% of office holders are women, and only 4% are from a BAMI background. Let's go back to the interview. When I got to Petty France, all the other candidates there were white, overwhelmingly male, and when I looked at the results, out of 42 appointments, I was the only black person appointed. 82% of CILEx members had neither parent who attended university, and just 3% had a parent who was a lawyer. Just 6% of CILEx members attended a private school. While at school, 19% of CILEx members' families received income support or free school meals. So this is the demographic, the diversity of you guys and your backgrounds. And it's a huge credit to you that you find yourselves here. And it's important that you find yourselves on the judicial benches in due course, because that's a great way of improving diversity. Therefore, when you leave this venue today, consider yourselves as being at the cusp of greatness. Today, you are first-class lawyers. Tomorrow, you are potential judges of the Supreme Court who will help bring down walls and build bridges to enrich the diversity of the judiciary. Good luck for the future, and thank you very much indeed for inviting me here to speak to you today.